2 lives in one day. I'm going to take a few moments to make sure I have everything set up. There we go. Late Night Live with Dan the Nightmare. Everybody's watching, please let me know if you can hear me, okay? We'll get started in a moment or two. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be getting started in a moment or two. Please give me a thumbs up in the chat or in the comments that you can hear me loud and clear. Got a couple of updates, a little bit of a recap. Let's see. All right, well, I have a guest joining me in a little bit, but I guess before they join me, I think they're going to be joining me in the next 10 minutes or so. Let's see, anybody in the chat? Go ahead and say hi. Love to hear from who's watching. We're live on both Facebook and my YouTube channel. Can you hear me loud and clear? I guess people are just watching or just interested in watching. Oh, what's up, Daniel? Swords. Like the fighting swords. Hang on, I got a sword with your name. Right here, Daniel Swords. Yes, it is a pirate sword. No, it's not a real one. It's a replica. Likewise, man. Your name was called up a whole bunch of times. Hey, Bolly Park. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. I wanted to do a little recap at sit downs. So, Daniel, well, I got you. So I guess do you want to hop on and talk about sit downs, you're more than welcome to join me. I can send you the link. You interested? I'll Facebook message you it right now. One second. All right, Chief. What's up, Anthony Gravedigger? My boy from Michigan right there, fighter. Woo! That is one beast. Congrats on your recent win, man. So you're killing it. You were killing it. Yeah, this guy, Daniel Swords. Oof. I felt like a rookie in comparison to you with all the classes you pulled, man. Here, Daniel, check your inbox real quick. That boy is a beast. And I kept confusing our names. Every time they called your name, I was like, they called me or you? Let me know if you can hop on to this. Yeah, I'm not too far off, man. I'm just under 4 years. What's up, Aiden? How's it going, man? How's it going? I don't know if I'm going to be able to make good on that promise about pulling lefty in your class. Righty, I will. Lefty, don't know about. We'll get to that in a little bit. Let's see. I don't see. Sent him the link. Yeah, I seen that, Daniel. Are you going to hop on with me, Daniel, or not? Jason Vale. Jason Vale. I'm probably not going to be pulling up in class. Probably only my class. Don't know yet. I got a challenge match I'll be talking about later. June 1st. So I don't think I'm going to be. I need to be in tip-top shape for that. Lefty. Can't really take too many miles on the left arm. When is that? When is that event, Daniel? Okay. Never mind then. Family first. Family first. Ooh, no, I'm not gonna be able to go to that. I got a couple more events coming up, and I'll be getting to my events in a little bit. But for right now, let's just do a quick recap of my experience at Sitdown. So this is my first national. Actually, no, it's my second national event. I did New Way Nationals last year, I think. But my first national Sitdown event. It was pretty freaking epic. There was a lot of energy and a lot of people. Albeit my class was a little small, but it did not. What it lacked in size, it did not lack in talent. I had the likes of Black Ice, Jeff Hale was in my class, and whew, man, I was tested. Well, first things first. My last sit downs, Black Ice and I had a war. It was back and forth. I got him, off center. He got me off center, and then he got me on my shoulder and took me out. This time I came in with a vengeance, and you can see the videos are on my Facebook channel or Instagram, and so I came in to destroy him, and I did. I ran right through him. God bless him. He wasn't expecting what I trained up for. Oh yeah, Brandon Allen's live too. Okay, no worries. I didn't know that. Didn't mean to step on any toes, but I got a little bit of an update. I'll be on for a little while, so if he's all done sooner than later, then feel free to join in. So then was my match with Jeff Hale. Jeff Hale had my number by way of my top roll. My top roll had nothing for him. So then I went to the B side and I had another match with Black Ice and replicated what I did against him. Took him off center, brought him down to the pin pad. Great. Then I got a matchup with Jeff Hale again. Tall order. I had to beat him twice. So I changed up my game plan. I'm not a hooker. I'm really not. But I got a decent hook. So I set it up. Just didn't engage it fast enough. I'll leave the criticism of the reffing to you guys. Go ahead and watch the match. But He's got a lot more power, a lot more speed than I think I was ready for, and that's what I got to train up for next time I meet him at the table. But I think I'm striking distance. It's like right there. I did catch him on the, had to double pump me. I was able to catch him and stop him, but then he was given the pin. It is what it is. But next year or next time I meet him, it's not gonna be the same. I'm training up for that, Jeff. Listen, he lit a fire under my ass like nothing else. For the rest of the tournament, I came down with Steve Walker, Mike mignonoa, who didn't pull, but he was there coaching and giving expert advice to help me get to the next level. And Pedro Rodriguez. We all drove down. We met up at Steve Walker's house and we drove down. Shout out to Steve Walker and his family. They let me crash there Friday night, so I didn't have to do a whole 9 or 10-hour drive in one day. So thank you so much for letting me crash Friday night. Great, beautiful home, beautiful family, great hospitality. So with that being said, their classes were stacked. The rest of the classes for the rest of the day were stacked. I think there were at least 10 to 15 people in each class. Daniel, you can correct me if I was wrong. I know you pulled in almost every one of them. But it was intense seeing the big boys go at it at sit downs, and there was a lot. There's a newcomer, and his name is Dion. He was a weight class above me. He actually caught a pin on Jeff Hale. That was awesome, and he's brand new to the sport, like 8 or 9 months in. Strong young dude, up and comer. Look out, 198 class, because he's coming to wreck some shit up there. I see big things coming from him. Strong as all hell. It was really an awesome, beautiful setting in Yorktown, Virginia, right on the water. It was in this big tent, and you had the water in the background. You had this like flea market, shops going on in the background. A couple of guys were dressed up in colonial pirate outfits. It was a lot of fun. It was a good experience. I enjoyed it. Dion Jordan, yep. Dion Jordan's gonna hurt a lot of feelings. I love to see where that boy goes. I hope he sticks in the sport as long as he possibly can. I gripped up with him just on the side, and I was like, "Whoo, that is a hand of hands right there." Because he's not just strong in his arm, but he's got a strong hand and a strong wrist. So he definitely gave Jeff Hale a run for his money, and it's definitely awesome to watch, awesome to experience. No, Carolyn, I have given up on that. I no longer drink or participate in any substance use in any way or form. I'll be getting to that a little bit later. But yeah, it was an amazing tournament. It was an amazing experience. Got to see a lot of people that I've met in a long time. And I haven't seen them in a long time. It's good to connect with, the arm wrestling family stateside, because this wasn't my first tournament this year. My first one was down in Puerto Rico in January. Thank you, Manolo, for setting that up with some collabs in Puerto Rico to get it done. But no, this last tournament was awesome. Being around the arm wrestling family, talk about chosen family. These guys are all of them was great. Seeing Dave Shell, Black Ice, Joe Garucci, meeting a couple other, guys that, forgive me, I don't remember the names. Yeah, no, I'm excited to see where it all comes and where it all goes. I'm very thankful for all the camera guys. Oh, Dustin Homestead was there. He's that guy from Maine. Him and his wife were there. Such a sweet bunch of people. Oh my God. If I could just bottle up that kindness and then just sell it, I think I'd be a millionaire, because I could legitimately sell kindness. The what's it called? Me versus Marrero. He's a bit bigger than I am. I don't know. I think it'd be me giving up size over experience. So I don't know. Maybe we'll have some fun at the up at the New York Arm Wars. I'm waiting for one of my guests to come on before I get into it with too much, reveals and too much information. But let's see. Jason Yost was getting a lot of footage. I don't know if he got me in at all, but there was definitely, I know somebody was recording me and Black Ice's stare down before our match. It was intense, yo. You could cut that tension with a fucking knife. Woo! I love that boy. Black Ice and I started together. I mean, not started together. I started, and he and I were rivals from the get-go, but we were best friends as well. He's a good individual. I appreciate the friendship I've gained with him. Oh, Voodoo's the one who got that footage. I definitely want to see that and see what it looks like, because I could tell you. It was awesome. I can tell you how it felt, but I want to see what it looked like from the outside world. Definitely. Yeah, George Whitfield from Florida was nuts in Puerto Rico. Definitely looking forward to see where he goes. He definitely deserves a top spot up there. Oh, that's on the Top Hands Pulling Team? Okay, I'll check that out. Do me a favor if you can, send me the link to that in the chat on Facebook chat. Or you can link it in here too if you like. And by the way, all the things I'm going to be covering is actually listed in the descriptions. So please feel free to follow along, see where I'm at. Right now, we're just still talking about the recap of the weekend and my year of arm wrestling so far. I've been training pretty hard since Puerto Rico. I started back up at the bunker, but then I came back to the pit. I reopened up the pit, and I gotta say the change has been good to me. For the last month and a half, I've been solely training in the pit. Well, no, not solely. I actually taken a road trip to the Crucifix Gym in Brooklyn. What an insane group of guys there. They fun group of guys. I'm gonna copy and paste that one. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Let's see if can I show this? Oh, no, I can only show the link. Let me see. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know how to see that. But yeah, no, it's been good chopping it up here in back in the pit. Got a couple guys coming here, and then going to Crucifix Gym. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. Crucifix Gym's in Brooklyn, Greenpoint, Brooklyn. Hit them up there on Instagram if you're ever in New York and want a pretty large crew to train with, a whole lot of arms and a whole lot of energy, because they put the test on me, and it was great because it was, I had to test my side pressure before coming down to sit downs. And there's a puller by the name of Shiyu. Shiyu is a strong 220, I want to say, guy. But he was complimenting me on my side pressure, so I felt ready. Definitely just need to work my speed and my explosivity a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah. Thank you so much, Daniel, for sending that. I'll take a look at that later. Definitely was a fun experience. So I guess I'll just get right into it. And the individual who will be, I don't know about beating Paul Italia. He did come pull with me after his Nunya match, and I felt comfortable with him. I felt comfortable. I'm not gonna lie, but he was also beat up, so that's not a fair assessment. I don't like assessing people just post a match as brutal or violent as that, because that's it takes time to recover from that type of thing. But I'm sick in the head after pulling at the sit downs on Saturday. On Sunday, I hosted practice, and I had Kevin Nelson come over here. Yeah, I beat him before, but that was before he knew how to arm wrestle. He learned how to arm wrestle since then. And I was just learning how to arm wrestle at that point myself. So it's not hold no stock in that shit. Hold no stock in that. But he is climbing back down. He's losing weight and cutting down to 76, and I'm climbing back up to 76. That's a match I would love to, see where I'm at with him, because he learned how to arm wrestle, and so did I. So that could be a fun one. Somebody watching, clip this, send this out to him, let him know I'm game. It could be a fun one. It could be a fun one. But yeah, yesterday I hosted practice, and I had Kevin Nelson stop by because I picked up a shirt from him. The old man. Shout out to Old Man Arm Wrestling Club, Dan Wardall. Somebody grab his link, throw it in the chat if you can. He is a really cool dude. He has a really cool shirt. Unfortunately I wore it to practice, so it kind of got filthy. I wish I had it out, but yeah, I picked up a shirt for Kevin Nelson. He stopped by. I got to pull with him a little bit. Oh my God. Yeah, I had nothing for him. Who the fuck am I fooling? I had nothing for him. But he said I felt strong and connected, even though I was kind of beat up. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Let me see if my guest is on his way. All right, so let's see what else happened that weekend. So yeah, these are the medals. The coolest thing about the medals is they had previous champions on the medal, previous year's champions. So I had there's Joe Galgochi on there. Let's see, where's the camera? There you are. Joe Galgochi's on there. I can't remember who the other guys are off the top of my head right now. I think it's Rich Goff, maybe. I'm not sure who the ref is, but yeah, it was an awesome experience. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Carolyn Looms. Appreciate you assist on that one. Let me see. Where are you? Are you in the? Oh, let's see. Oh, Michael Nance, maybe the ref on that. Okay. Yeah, he's a monster puller. Oh, there he is. Okay. All right, my guest is here. Perfect timing. I'd like to introduce the co-founder and runner of Tristate Armwrestling, the guy who is in charge of the Battle of the Tristate. I think you're muted. Steve Fernandez in the house. Steve, do a mic check. Hi, Samantha. Oh, he's logged off. He'll come back on. How's it going? Oh, man. That is so cool to see you here. I think Steve was having some mic issues. How's it going, Samantha? Oh, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Just going over a recap of my experience over at Virginia State. Sitdown National Arm Wrestling. I'm going to talk a little bit about what I got going on locally, and then what I coming up, right here in my own backyard. Some really cool things going on. All right. Steve will join us in a few moments. I'll just, chop it up with you guys in the chat. Anybody got any questions so far? If it's about events, stay tuned, because we'll talk about them literally as soon as I get this gentleman back on. Maybe he was just having a slight tech difficulty. Okay, there he is. Let's see. There you are. Let me see. Oh, he hopped back off. All right. Another round. This is my first time bringing somebody on live like this on my side. I've usually worked with other people's live streams, so forgive me. All right. Let me see. I think. Oh, Drew. I'm sorry, Drew. You get hurt. You get hurt, brother. My next one is going to be the Jason Vale, but I'll get into that a little bit. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later on. The next one I'm competing at. Steve and Randy Stayway have been putting Sitdown Nationals for many years. Do we have like an actual year count on that, Daniel? Because I know this is the 2024, but I don't know what number it is. Or is there just too many to count that they just stopped counting them? Hey, what's up, Sonic? I was hoping I'd see you there. You know, I was in your state or nearby, wasn't I? Aren't you in Virginia or are you in Maryland? I can't remember. Yeah, I'll be there. I will be there. Not going to be doing much by way of after polling, but I missed the first two. I couldn't make it to the first two due to life reasons. But I made it a priority to be there this year. Those guys, the High Five guys, I'll be shouting them out again later on. But those are some really good people in our sport. You know, real good people. But yeah, I know he is one of the godfathers of the sport. Steve, he's an amazing individual. He has quite the history. I learned a little bit about it on the way down from Steve Walker and Mike mignonoa, who have been around. I think they pulled arm wrestle God himself. Talk about the being part of the beginning of time. All right, Steve, are you going to be joining us? I don't want to stall too much longer because I do have some ground to cover. Withers versus Mega, much better match than what they have at least. That is going to be a mega match. You know, I got a funny story about Mega Mike. When I went to Olympia, what's his name? Drew, you I think were there for this. So during the after, I didn't compete with my left arm at Olympia because I thought it was just a qualifying event and I didn't think it qualified. So I was on the after pole on the amateur day, and the next day I was pulling everybody lefty, and I was doing really well until Mega Mike comes up to the table. He goes, "Why don't you pick on somebody your own size?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? You're like twice my size." I think at the time I was like 165 weight class, and so I was like, I like that hit. It looks strong. It looks fast. I want to experience it. All right, fine. Now, I'm still a rookie at this point, not thinking, okay, if I just plow right in, he'll, give me something. Nope. He stops me about this far away from the pin pad and then slams me back over. I was still connected. I literally felt my shoulder raise up a little bit and then go back down. And I felt this god-awful crunch. My left has not been the same since. Back in the 60s. That is insane. Yeah, you remember that, Drew? That was insane times. All right. I guess we'll get it working next time, Steve. No worries. I'll carry this one. If you keep trying, you can hop on later. Actually, he's still typing, so I'll let him finish up. Yeah, you were only like 2 months in then. That's right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be patient now. I'll wait till you get it on your computer. Darn androids. That's why I love my Apple. Oh, no, I only have an Apple phone, but I have what the hell, Dell computer. I am not a tech guy. Don't ask me. It's one of those, mini computer boxes. The more advanced technology gets, the more it frightens me. I feel like we're gonna be living the age of Terminator in the not so distant future. I heard about these mind controlled chips or chips that someone made up and androids, and then they're using AI to teach school curriculums. Talk about controversial. I don't want to open up that can of worms too much here, but that scares the ever living crap out of me. It's Skynet. Skynet's happening right before our very eyes. They're using Chat GPT. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I've used it too. But I'm guilty of doing so. But it's still scary as to how quickly this stuff generates information for you. You give it an idea, and it's like, what? It took me like a month to come up with that idea. It does it in 5 seconds. We will become obsolete in the not so distant future. I'm a licensed massage therapist by trade. I've been so for 13 years, and I found out that somewhere, I think in Asia, they have this AI robot that can actually sense pressure. And I'm like, there's no way that robot's replacing me in this type of line of work. The human element is irreplaceable. All right, send you the link right now. Give me one moment, man. All right, sent over. Yep, Leonidas was there as well. I didn't get to pull with him. I think it was only because Mega Mike ripped off my arm, my arm off my shoulder. Everyone dropped off. That's all right. We got a long night ahead of us. Got a lot to cover. The precision that we have with our trades. Nope. There can't be a robot that replaces us in its entirety. I mean, at least I don't think so. I hope not. It's a scary thought to think that they would. Let's see. Who do we got here? Let's see if this works.
There we go.
There you are. I present to you Steve Hernandez, one of the co-founders of the Tristate Armwrestling crew. He's kicked it off with an amazing tournament up in upstate New York, or Westchester County. Which one is that? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's Westchester County, Putnam County, up around there. Yep.
Battle of the Tri-State. Amazing reviews. I've heard nothing but amazing things about that event. And your timing is perfect because people were starting to drop like flies a little bit. You hear me ramble on, but I wanted to highlight some upcoming local tournaments. And the first local tournament coming up, the link is in the description, is New York Arm Wars. Tell us a little bit about it, Steve.
Yeah, man, New York Arm Wars. I can't wait. Me and Ivan are putting this together. It's going to be great. We have a lot of people that are going to be there. Steve Walker, main man from Mississippi. Wayne Withers is going to be there too. We have a lot of guys that are going to be there. A lot of high-end guys. Tracy Walker is going to be helping us out with the brackets. We're using Airs bracket system. The best that's out there. So obviously,
streamline everything.
Yeah. So you have to make sure And I think Dave Shell is actually going to be there for the brackets too as well. So Dave Shell and Tracy Walker is going to be helping us out with the brackets. And the event is going to be 3 times bigger than what it was at the Battle of the Tristate. It's probably going to be, I want to say, about 3 times bigger. It's going to be at the Hyatt House. Food there. There's going to be a bunch of different stuff there. There's going to be Drip Lounge is going to be there too, helping everybody out. Get their vitamins, get everything fluid.
No way. You got some IVs? Oh,
Yep.
That's awesome. That's crucial. I think that's something we haven't seen at an arm wrestling event yet.
Yeah, I think that's what me and Ivan did before we went into Winter Blast, and it really helped us out. You know, I'm sure getting your fluids in, getting your vitamins in, and everything else before the tournament's the best thing you can do. You know,
it's definitely one of the recovery services I actually utilize pretty regularly. So I applaud you for bringing that to the actual table for the arm wrestlers. That's cool, man.
Yeah. So they can get, pretty much juiced up, fluid up, everything else right before the tournament, whatever they got to do. If they haven't, you know how it is going in weight. I did, I'm usually about 165, 169 around there. And I cut down to 157 on Winter Blast. You know what I mean? So I was.
That's a big cut right there.
Yeah, so. I was trying to drink and eat and everything right before the tournament, even though we had to wait, a couple of hours. Everybody waited 10 hours before they, competed. But in general, it's a lot of weight cut, so.
That's definitely a lot. So that's crucial for recovery to get you back, up and running quickly and get your muscles lubricated again, to operate the way you want it to.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to say congratulations to everybody at the Sitdown tournament that was out there, and you too, obviously, man. Congratulations to you, man. You did a phenomenal job of seeing the videos and everything. Always, man. Your Nightmare's always on there, man. You're a fucking beast. Oh, yeah, congratulate you, man. Absolutely. I seen Steve Walker too. He's an absolute monster anywhere and everywhere he goes. So congratulations to him too. And all the Sitdown guys really did a phenomenal job. So, and the whole everybody out there and what they did out there too. I seen the tables and everybody, and they did a phenomenal job. But they had, I think it was 150 entries or something like that. Or that's great. It really is.
You got actually a comment congratulating you, Steve, from Daniel Swords. He's a local guy in Virginia. He said, "Nice job, Steve, with all your hard work and growing our sport, brother."
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you so much. That's all we're trying to do really is try to grow the sport as much as we can, as fast as we can. In New York, there's going to be about, I want to say at least 5 to 6 different events every year coming from New York Tristate Arm Wrestling for me and Ivan to make sure we put everything together. Ivan Marrero, I'm sure you guys know, he's he's a beast, out there about 198. But yeah, and he's been helping me out too, practices and showing me a lot of different things, so we do a lot of good things together. And I can't wait for the future, man. For July, we're gonna throw a huge thing. I don't want to say anything yet, but we have something big coming in for July for
it excites me because I'm free that month. I'm free.
Good.
I'm excited to see that.
Yeah.
I gotta say, you guys are quite the tag team. You guys have tackled this in a ferocity that very few have, and the intensity is matched with your personalities. Each of you has been just super amazing to talk to and connect with. I appreciate it for myself. I haven't been in the sport that long, but I've been around long enough, to see what it takes to be successful. And you guys, I have a feeling you guys are going to be keeping that energy alive for a long time.
Absolutely, man. Being, positive and, is one of the biggest things, I think, keys to being successful, honestly, in every single aspect, not just in arm wrestling, but in general, to make sure everybody's in coinciding with each other, everybody's positive with each other. And I share love, out to everybody out there, whether it's East versus West or 98% or anything like that. I think all those guys are great. I have nothing against those guys. They're phenomenal. And more places to come too as well. A shout out to Beast Mode too. Beast Mode's absolutely great, man. I love those guys too as well.
Absolutely. I mean, there's so many entities all over the tri-state area, all over the Northeast corridor for that matter. Absolutely. And there's, if you're looking for a club, just reach out to one of us. We'll point you in the direction. I encourage everybody to go and pull at every tournament they possibly can for their experience levels.
Absolutely.
Because that's how you get good. That's how I got good.
It's the only way you're gonna, more table time with more people, with different people to make sure, whatever you got to do to get better.
I was averaging about 12 tournaments a year my first 2.5, 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now just under 4 years, and I'm slowing down now because the joints, they hurt, man.
Yeah, I'm in a free sleep right now, man. So no,
I just got I don't know if you saw, but I was getting cryotherapy this afternoon.
Yeah, the Cryogen, man. Yeah.
That it hurts, man. Like after a long time, doing a lot and competing as much as I was, I had to slow things down. And but for anybody who's new out there, I recommend getting out to as many tournaments as you possibly can, local, and don't be afraid to travel. Link up with people and get on the road.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's how the sport grows. Yep. But B, that's how you get better at the sport and grow at the same time.
Yeah, I seen you traveling with Steve and everybody over there, man. That had to be awesome, man, to go down to
Virginia. Oh my God, it was the most entertaining ride I think I've ever had.
I'd have to say, because you had literally the best guys there with the ride, so that's great.
Oh my God, I gotta say, Steve Walker he's a pisser. Not only is he like a great at like tournaments, great energy, a great ref. He's a great coach. Yeah. He is quite the entertainment value in a car.
Yeah.
Oh man,
he's quite the person to really have in your corner, for him to help you out, and like you said, in any and every single aspect of the sport,
Absolutely, on and off the table, he is an amazing human.
Yeah, he really is. He really is. Him and his whole family, him, Tracy, Madison, man, I love all those guys. They are really great, man.
Absolutely, I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
So I don't want to bore too much everybody with all that, because we're going to be talking about them again in a little bit, but. Yep. Our the next event that we got coming up, this isn't a local one, but I do know that actually I don't have it on my list, but I actually remember you're having a watch party at your shop.
Yes, we are actually. Yeah, for the East vs. West.
For the East vs. West, you're having a watch. So if you guys are in the Westchester County and Putnam County area, feel free to reach out.
Falls, Route 9, Poughkeepsie area around there. Even if you guys want to travel, we have guys coming in, Aiden LeMay's coming in, Yusuf is coming in too as well from, so even a lot of guys travel. As long as you guys want to come, VIP lounge, leather chairs, relaxing, 120-inch to watch. Levon and Devin is fucking phenomenal, dude.
That sounds like a trip, man.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I might have to call out of work.
No, but definitely, man. I do also want to make a shout out to the guys in Vermont. They're having the same day that we're having ours, man. I wish them the best. Honestly, I love every single one of those guys, man. Everybody out there, man. Honestly, they're great guys. Every single one of those guys from Vermont.
There's some monsters up there too.
Oh man, yeah, dude.
Some serious beasts. I remember after
Patrick Weeks, man. He's a fucking monster. Pat Weeks from dude. He's an absolute monster.
I don't think I've actually pulled with Pat Weeks.
Yeah, man. He's a beast. He was at our tournament. He was at Winter Blast. Dude, every single time I looked up, he was pulling left, pulling right, changing tables back and forth. I was like, holy shit. I was like, this guy's a fucking. Then he came over. I was like, he looked like fucking Hercules coming over. His arms were all swollen. I was like, what's going on? He's like, I can't even move right now.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Dedicated puller right there.
Yeah. Same thing with Matt Wilds, man. When I seen him that night, he was pulling left, right, and then he had his super match with Tim Lewis. Right after, and he still went pulling, left and right. So I give him a lot of props. And it was the same thing with the guy from Vermont, Mason. Remember my name, Mason? Fucking love that guy, dude. He's awesome too, man.
So next up after the Vermont and your tournament, we have Jason Vale.
Yeah, I can't.
Raffle only memorial. So I got a little sweet spot for this one because I love pulling in the strap, man. That's actually one of my favorite places to be. I try to get there as much as I can. When I know that if I can't overpower somebody, I need to use a little more technique, I feel fairly strong in the strap. And I think part of it's because I did a lot of studying of Jason Vale before even meeting. I never met the man, and unfortunately, he passed away shortly after me joining the sport. But I've studied a lot of him, and I continue to do so. And in talking to a few veterans in the sport as to the technique that I've learned over just watching him, they're like, actually, that makes a lot of sense. I think you're actually dissecting his technique because he never shared it with the exception of like 3 or 4 guys in the sport.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to the strap tournament. They're by our friends Steve Black and Mike Bisman, who run Empire Arms.
Mhm.
I got this sticker right there. I have a few medals from Empire Arms as well from previous tournaments. I love competing at their tournaments. They have a fun time.
They're great people, dude. Paul Cruz is going to be there too. Paul's
Yep.
phenomenal, man. I
Paul
can't
Cruz.
wait. Yep.
The whole Long Island crews are going to be there. All the Long Island polos are going to be there. There's going to be a High Five Club guys there.
Yep.
Pretty much a lot of people from the Tristate area will be there. It's going to be at the in New Hyde Park, the UFC gym.
Right.
On May 18th. I have the link down below in the description. Please feel free to go ahead and check that out. It's a cash. The pros get cash.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the breakdown, but it's a pretty hefty breakdown of cash.
Yeah, there
you
is.
can walk home, with a pretty penny. So don't bitch and moan about the tolls being too much, because you'll make that money back and then some.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope to see a lot of you out there, especially you 76ers. Come on out.
Yeah.
Come on out.
No,
my right arm is feeling bucky after that match with Jeff Hale. It is feeling bucky.
Yeah, no, this is actually maybe my first strap tournament, so I want to see exactly. I've been working in the strap a little bit with Ivan and a couple of guys over at in Mayapack. I forgot what Breaking Arms.
Okay.
And New York Breaking Arms are phenomenal, man. They're great guys. Jack always lets us come over, man. He's a great guy, man. He really is.
I want to shout out Zach D. Lee. Check out his YouTube if someone can link it in the chat, or get his link in there, because he actually does a little bit of a demonstration in strap. Definitely helpful for anybody trying to learn how to pull in the strap.
Yeah,
especially for a strap only tournament. I mean,
right.
you got to learn.
Yeah, you got to, man. You got
to learn.
Yep.
And he was working, I think, with Todd Hutchinson.
Oh, no shit.
And showing off, some skills with him, and it was impressive to see. And a lot of what I know comes from, taking that information in.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, honestly, and it's a different game, man. When you're in the strap and something like that, you haven't really, gone in the strap like I would say like me, so it's a lot to learn, man. It's a lot to learn, and to do it like that in a matter of a month or two, you're not going to learn as much as you need to, but as long as, just like I went to Winter Blast, I went head in first to see exactly what it was. At least I won my first match, which is good. I lost two of them afterwards, but you got to see where you're at, man. If you don't go in, you're never gonna learn.
Good night, Daniel. Thank you for joining us. You're one strong dude, a lot of high energy, man. He pulled like 6 classes at the sit downs.
No shit.
Yeah.
No shit. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for watching this, man. I appreciate it.
And then so join us in New York, Long Island, New York, New Hyde Park at the Jason Vale Strap Only Tournament, May 18th. Be there. Win some money, have a good time, be around a lot of talent in the sport.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, what's up, Michael Nance? Michael Nance is in the chat. This dude is an intense dude. I watched him compete this weekend. Oh, man. The guy's got a lot of power, a lot of intensity, and he left it all at the table.
Nice. That's awesome.
All right, so next event, that's going to be a local one. There's actually 2 events. One's my own, but I'll go first talk about Connecticut State Arm Wrestling Tournament, and it's going to be the Turtle Man Classic charity event.
Yep.
This is a really cool event by Nick Stone. I think he's running it.
Yep.
I met Nick Stone for the first time at my barbecue, which I'm going to talk about that in a little bit.
Nice.
But my first barbecue that I had, he came down and he had a match against Mike Aiello, and he ripped off clean the hand peg off my table. And I'm like, what do I do? How do I respond to this?
I know, right?
But the night, like he was so apologetic and so nice about it. He's like, "Do you want me to buy your new table?" I'm like, no, I probably could just get it welded on, which the guy who built it for me, he was able to fix it up really easy.
Nice.
But it was a very entertaining night. But one of the things that the charity event that they're speaking to, Daniel DeMichael, unfortunately he had passed, and he I met him at my barbecue as well, my very first time, and he was such a nice guy. And I connected with him on Facebook afterwards. We had conversations back and forth, and he's been to I think another barbecue since then as well. And so any bit of support I could send Nick Stone's way in the charity event, I will. We're going to talk a little bit more about that again later. But if you're looking for a competition in Connecticut and don't want to come to Long Island, so be it. But guess what? It is an early tournament. I think it starts at around like 10 or 12 o'clock. My thing is later in the evening, starts at 4 or 5. It's going to be going all night long. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking for a double dose of arm wrestling, go ahead, compete at his tournament and come zip on down to Long Island. We're a short ferry ride or a drive away. I think it's like an hour and a half to 2 hours away. So if you're looking to get your fill of arm wrestling in the Northeast, June 1st is the day to do it.
Yeah, shout out to Nick Stone and everybody out there. And I think me and actually Ivan are going to be separating for this one. And we're going to be New York Tristate Arm Wrestling is going to be at both events. So it's going to be one is going to be at yours. Obviously, I'll let you open that up. But in general, Ivan's going to be over there at the Turtle event with Nick Stone, and that's what we want everybody to know and everybody to kind of like feel out and know exactly what we're doing, to make sure that we're going to be spreading the love out to everybody, to make sure that New York Tri-State Arm Wrestling is going to be, whether it's going to be in Maryland or Connecticut or Pennsylvania or New Jersey or wherever we need to be to make sure that we represent, make sure we show love to everybody out there and support everybody out there. And, whatever we need to do to promote and sponsor and help everybody else out, that's what we want to do, plain and simple.
Just real quick, Michael Nance says he is the ref on the right hand.
Medals to answer.
Yeah, that is Michael Nance right there, immortalized forever.
No shit.
Yeah,
that's fucking awesome, dude.
this is one of the nicest medals I think in my house right now.
I was gonna say that is really nice. I was looking at those medals before, man. Those medals are they're beautiful, man. The way all that detail that they put into there, man.
And it's got some weight to it too.
Yeah, you can tell.
It's got some good weight to it. It's a well quality made metal.
Nice.
So that's it for the local tournaments that I'm gonna highlight, other than my own. So this is gonna be my 4th year hosting a barbecue. It's something that I've spoken to quite a few different people, but Steve is one of the latest guys that I've spoken to on it. The concept behind this barbecue is to have a large practice, but it's where we collaborate all the different entities of the Northeast together, mm-hmm. and have a big practice and have some, challenge matches and benefit the community. But before we get into that, we're going to talk about the sponsors. Our first sponsor is a local guy. His name's Mike Repel. He owns Repel Restoration Incorporated. It is a driveway, basement, you name it, contracting company. He does a lot of work all across Long Island. Beautiful work too. Well worth every penny of it. He's helping me out big time. He's one of my neighbors and good friends. So big shout out to him. I have his link to his website down below.
Nice.
And then brings us to our next sponsor, which is Tri-State Arm Wrestling.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I connected with him on was that he's so interested. These guys, both him and Ivan, have a shared unified vision of just growing the sport in such a positive fashion. It was kind of hard not to connect with them. Our paths were it was inevitable for us to bump together and come together with something. I've always said collaborate and pull together, and that's exactly what you and I just did with we're about to do on this barbecue, and show the community that doesn't matter how far apart we are, we can still help each other out. And the fact that you're considered a tri-state arm wrestling club, you're going to be in Connecticut, you're going to be in Long Island, you're hanging out in Jersey from time to time. You guys are amazing in that regard of bringing together everybody.
Absolutely. That's the way to be, man. That's the way to be. That's the way we got to get it done, man. Like you said, it's a tri-state. We got to make sure we help everybody out in arm wrestling in general. Even if it's not a tri-state, we're here to help out everybody, support everybody, promote and sponsor whatever we need to do to put something together. So it is. I can't wait for this barbecue though, man. This is going to be sick, man.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I wanted to shout out another sponsor, which I didn't list here, but I'm going to, I'll put his his information in the links, but his name is Troy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know who Troy Taub
Troy
is.
Bounce, bro. Troy's the man.
Troy Bounce Fit. This
Yeah.
man, he is a sponsor by way of Family Entertainment. He is going to be donating a bounce house water slide.
That's awesome.
This thing is a monster. It's a 15-foot water slide. It's good. So bring your kids. If you have children, there is a 200-pound weight allowance. So I'm sorry, big guys.
Children.
I'm sorry, big guys. You're not allowed, but you better believe I'm hopping on that thing. I'm only 100.
Yeah, I'm at least going down at once. As he's bringing it, I'm definitely going down at once.
I'm definitely going down. I told Troy, listen, I am going to be doing promo videos, but it's probably be mostly of me going down it. Throwing the kids off out of my way.
Not only that, man, but Troy's awesome, dude. I connected with Troy a couple different times. He's cool, man. He's full of energy, full of positive energy, man. Full of he's loud, like Steve Walker, like me. I mean, I love that type of energy, man. And he's a great guy, always positive, man. Always throwing good vibes, man. Honestly, and that's just phenomenal from him. Actually giving you this thing, and helping you out with this. That's just great, man.
He's been absolutely pivotal throughout my entire arm wrestling career, of late especially, more so than ever. He's been somebody who he's been a brother to me, and I owe him a lot, and I'm very grateful for him. Yeah. But, he's a very, very generous human with his time, with his energy, his promotion skills, his Instagram reels and stories. Please give this man a follow. I want to make sure this guy gets the recognition he deserves and needs. I would love to see him as an announcer at some point, because I think that he has that kind of voice and personality.
He does. He really does, man.
You got to bring him up to one of your events and make him your MC or something, man. Because
I know.
He would rip it. He would rip it good too.
Yeah, man. This is gonna be this event too in New York Arm Wars. This is gonna be good, man. It's gonna be a lot of people there. Hopefully we'll see you there too. I know you got a lot of things to do and everything else, but you're always helping us out and supporting us too. So I appreciate you, Dan, for that. And same thing, vice versa with Troy. Troy's always, reaching out and always helping us out with that too, So, but yeah, man, all the people out there, they're really great, man. All arm wrestling communities to get together a little bit more, a little bit, friendlier, I would say, So, because this isn't big enough for everybody to get upset about anything, really. We need to make
so true.
We need to make the sport as big as possible, as fast as possible, and it is, and I'm sure everybody saw that reaching out, to Chael Sonnen and what he put out there, on this big.
I finally got a chance to see it because I didn't know who he was at first, but I got to see it and it was profound.
Sonnen is like in the UFC, bro. Like he was one of the biggest fighters that when he was out there, bro. One of the biggest. He had his own podcast in general, and everybody. Been watching his podcast for years, so when I seen him pull out and talking about, Levon and Devin match, that's just like, dude, I'm surprised. Huge. Yeah, man, I'm surprised he can actually do something with promoting it or doing something with that with arm wrestling. I'm surprised because he does have the money. He does have the following,
He might after he sees the match.
That's what I'm saying,
I believe it's something that he'll probably get involved after he sees the match. He wants to see the rematch. As long as Devin wins it, then I think we have a good shot.
I think so too.
So Devin, man, don't lose, man.
Hey, man, see, honestly, dude, I got my money on Devin though, dude, 100%.
Man. You know what? As long as Devin catches the stop,
like you said, he's gonna have a problem with his hand, dude. He's gonna have a problem with his hand, man. I'm telling you, he's gonna have a problem with his hand, just like you said.
Listen, strong hands make a world difference. There's a lot of arm wrestlers out there that can literally outlift.
I don't care how big your fucking arms are, bro. If you got that hand, that's it, man.
It's the hand strength right there.
That's what it is, man.
Mm-hmm.
But
somebody actually just commented about one of my older names that we used to go by was Primetime Pullers. We were steering away from team name for this event because we don't want to participate in drama. Plain and simple. Keep it positive. We want to promote others. We want to promote other entities and show that, what we're trying to do together is more important than one person clamoring to the top. And with that in mind, perfect segue into the raffles. So this is year's raffles that we're trying
Right.
to accomplish is to highlight not just arm wrestling to, maybe entities that would never have seen arm wrestling beforehand, but also actually highlight some people to the recovery services I've been able to take advantage of,
Mhm.
or that I've met throughout my journey as a arm wrestler, which is only about 3.5 years, or as a licensed massage therapist of 13 years.
Right.
So my first one is going to be one of my long-term sponsors in the sport of arm wrestling, and the guy who I actually saw earlier today, Greg from New York Cryogen. Again, the links of all these guys are going to be down below. He is going to be donating 5, I think maybe up to 5 services to win for each, like 5 individual services for 5 individual people to win. So there's going to be
Huge,
a good
man.
number of people winning.
That's
And
huge, man. Getting that type of service, man, that number one, that's not cheap. Number two,
it's not cheap.
they're getting that type of services after you pull. Look, man, it's like it's literally it's better than even getting juiced up before you go onto the tournament, literally, because the what happens to your body, your muscles, your ligaments, and everything right after you get that shot, that cryogen is that freeze. It's not the same as putting a freeze sleep on. I can tell you that much. You know,
the freeze sleep is great for temporary relief because
Right.
it's cooling everything down around you. You feel uncomfortable. It's
Mm-hmm.
compressing everything. But the pressurized cryotherapy actually penetrates all the way to the bone. If you
Right,
can see
man.
in the video that I demonstrated earlier today,
I saw it.
he actually has a thermographic imager to show you
Yeah.
the effectiveness of
Yeah,
it.
I
and
saw that.
how
That was
cold
awesome.
it gets down to the center of the freaking elbow. There's
Wow.
nothing else that does that.
Wow.
You can't be in an ice bath long enough
Right.
to replicate that.
Right.
It literally chills the bone.
Damn.
So there's no inflammation whatsoever there. And that type of cryotherapy actually does wonders because it also helps produce collagen.
No shit.
It helps produce collagen, which is crucial for joint health in our sport.
Absolutely.
So definitely, that's one of the cool services that I'm going to be raffling off. Real quick, just want to backtrack a little bit, but the raffle contributors, the value is going to be between $50 to $1,200. So I'll get into why that's the case in a few moments. The next one,
$50 to $1,200. I'm saying that's a little bit of money, man. That's
a little bit of money right there. And wait till you guys find out how much the raffle tickets are or how little they are. Better Body Thermography. So this is a woman who actually has multiple sites all across New York that she uses the thermographic imaging that my cryo guy uses, but on a full body spectrum. She's offering a half body service at a major she's offering it at no cost, which is normally between $400 to $600, I think it is,
Jesus,
or something like that. And it is high-tech technology that they use to help find out about breast cancer or other cancers, like different ailments and different inflammations throughout the body. So not just for arm wrestlers or athletes, this is for all walks of life.
Right.
So this is something that's changing the game by way of palliative care and preemptive care as well. So this is going to change the landscape of a lot of different people's lives by way of discovering an illness or disease before they even have symptoms.
Wow, bro. That's huge. That's huge.
So that's something that she's somebody who I work with. And I as soon as I met her, I was like, I need to highlight this. And so I she and I got into good conversations about it. And it really helps know where systemic inflammation stems from, where, the hottest spot is. And so then you can get a treatment like cryotherapy and become more effective. Or you can go to your doctor and say, what's going on here? Why am I so inflamed in this part of my body?
Right. How long does it usually take for the cryo to you just pulled, was it yesterday, right?
Yeah, I literally pulled yesterday and the day before.
I was gonna say,
I knew I had my cryotherapy appointment, so I was like, let's tear it up a little bit.
I was gonna say today you had your cryo today, right?
Yeah, and today I got my cryo, and
how do you feel now?
I feel glorious. I mean, it's not recommended to do any heavy lifting or any heavy training But I did a couple of I have my ISO hit spring. Shout out to ISO hit, by the way. Great spring to practice your hit. And I was just seeing about elbow integrity. It feels good. It feels healthy. I do not feel any of the ache that I woke up with today.
So you're telling me, like, if you wanted to, if you had to pull tomorrow, you could pull tomorrow?
Oh yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
If I wanted to pull, and I could pull hard too. If I could pull hard. I would be able to compete probably even tomorrow.
Wow. That's what I'm saying. I pulled, I think, what was it? Sunday, I think we pulled. What's today? Monday or Tuesday? Yeah, Sunday I pulled. And yeah, man, I wouldn't be able to pull.
Mind you, I'm only under 4 years in the sport. So my joints don't have the same conditioning as these 20-year veterans in our sport. It's the cryotherapy that accelerates my healing process.
Right.
And allows for me to train as hard as I do. That's the only that's one of the only advantages that I have available to me to kind of get me to the next level and operate at the level that I do.
That's good. That's great, man. Honestly, I got to get into the little cryogen a little bit more to see exactly if I can heal up a little faster. Tell you the truth.
Hell yeah, man! Take a trip. Take a trip down.
Yeah, I'll take. Yeah, I gotta see exactly what's going on with that, because if you're healing up, man, I gotta kill.
When you come down for Jason Vale, make it a point to make an appointment with him.
I should. I actually should.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we got a couple more raffle contributors. This is a former manager of the Float Place, which is another recovery service I took advantage of. She has ventured into becoming a wellness coach of her own. And she's offering 8 sessions, which value at $1,200.
Damn.
8 sessions to 2 people.
That's ridiculous.
Not 1, but 2. And she's good. It's a life mental health wellness coach that help guide you with your, literally your physical wellness, your financial wellness, your mental wellness, all different capacities, and making sure you're living your best life.
That's great, man. That really is.
So that's an exciting feature that I'm looking forward to, taking advantage of myself, because I could definitely use that.
Everybody can use a little bit more of that, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? And you get 8 sessions. So it's not like, one and done. And that's the thing with a lot of these things, is that they're not just one and done services. They're, a cumulative service that you need to do regularly to take care of yourself.
Yeah, it's not something like you said. It's not a one and done thing. You got to go in there for a couple of times, make sure you're good. Go over the process. It's not like I said, it's a process, man. It's not a one and done thing.
Definitely is a process. The next one is actually interesting. I met them when I went down to the Arnold's. Oktane energy drinks.
I heard of them.
So I met with the CEO down there, and I was floored by the flavor. The flavor is unparalleled by any other energy drink that I've ever had. They're going to be sending down, I think they said somewhere between 15 to 20 baskets.
Jesus. And
they're of varying values as well. So there's going to be a lot of energy there to be had.
Yeah, everybody's going to be wired.
Everybody's going to be wired, hopping off the wall. I'm sorry, Troy, but people might be trying to do backflips off of your slide.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine how Troy's going to be, to tell you the truth, if he's drinking that stuff. He's already wired as it is.
Unfortunately, Troy's not going to be here. Unfortunately, Troy, he can't make it. Okay. I might have to kidnap him though, so that he can. I'll you know what? I think I might hold one of these drinks off to the side just for Troy.
Yeah, definitely.
Another returning raffle contributor is going to be the High Five Armwrestling Club. Last year, they donated some of their gear and merch and some CBD cream. And I'm a big, big, big believer in CBD cream. I think it's one of the best things to do, actually. I got my CBD cream right here. Right by my trophies. That's how highly I regard CBD.
Yep.
It's crucial in my recovery. It's crucial in my training. I actually use it pre-tournament, like literally right before I go to compete. And when I'm warming up, I use it because it's for maximum blood flow and pain relief, so that when I'm pulling, I'm not feeling so much pain if something does go wrong or something, if I'm twinging something a certain way. Because let's call a spade a spade. Arm wrestling is not a comfortable sport.
No.
It's not.
Nah, you're gonna feel pain no matter what.
Listen, you're still new in the sport, man. It's going to be some time before the pain goes away. It's kind of like different pains and aches. Like, wait, why does that hurt? I don't remember ever training that.
My first week, I want to say, right? My first week, I want to say I was with Ivan, and I didn't want to stop, man. You know what I mean? So I went for a week. I went, 2 weeks, and it was like every other day, every third day, every fourth day. And I go to Ivan's house, and we're pulling. And I grab something, and I'm pulling back on it, and right there, my arm goes warm, and I was like, man, fuck. I was like, I feel, you know what I mean? And it's because, I'm not used to it, man. I'm just trying to train. I'm trying to, get my arms, ready and everything else. And he just tells me, he's like, dude, he goes, it's over time, man. He's like, you can't, it's just not a week thing or 2 weeks thing or something to train. He goes, you got to be on the table, straighten those ligaments out, make sure they get over and over and over. He goes, and heal up. He goes, but for you to heal up, he goes, grab that band and start, and so
you get blood flow into it.
Yeah, man.
I mean, here's the thing. How is, like, let's say somebody who's a mechanic or a carpenter, they're constantly wrenching, right?
Yeah.
They're really strong in the hand and wrist naturally without any form of training because they spent the previous decade doing the same motion.
Doing this the whole time. So they're literally wrenching. They're doing this the whole time. So they're perfect for fucking,
If you've never done anything like that,
right?
Yeah, it's gonna take you some time to catch up.
Absolutely,
it's gonna take you some. So I mean, don't get me wrong. You could have a strength that they have a weakness in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the ebb and flow of the sport is, which is freaking awesome in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's great, man. I think it's awesome. It's just like I was practicing the other day, and you could have somebody in a hook or something like that. You know what I mean? And if you can top roll them, it's not really, they don't have the strength in the hand that you do. It's completely different. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's not going to be the same, so it's not
going to have the same outcome.
Yeah. It's something that I'm learning. It's something that it's new to me, you know what I mean? But at the same time, that's what people don't understand, the grasp, that people are outside of the arm wrestling community and they don't give it, much props as much as they should, because they don't really know what arm wrestling is all about. You know what I mean? The different techniques, the forms, the strength in your hand that you really doesn't really matter if the guy's 400 pounds and I'm 300 pounds. If I know how to arm wrestle, man, I know how to take your hand. I'm going to take your fucking hand. So it's completely different when people don't have that grasp of, it's not just grabbing someone's arm to be able to put them down. It's not like that. You know what I mean?
And beyond that, styles make a match. To your point, you can have an insane hook or an insane top roll. But it's how that top roll is executed, how that hook is executed.
Absolutely.
It's about speed, application, timing, everything.
Yep.
There's so many things that go into it.
Changes, different moves, different hands, different grips, different, you know what I mean? So it's not just like when people think it's like, oh, I'm going to grab your arm, and it's not like that, man. People don't understand that. They don't get it until they're in it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely right, man.
Yeah.
And then our last contributor, but probably definitely not least, because I hope to get some messages from some people. But Team New Jersey Arm Wrestling is going to be contributing a few baskets that they have procured. And anybody who's interested in contributing, please feel free to shoot me a message on YouTube. Actually, I don't think you can message me on YouTube, but comment on YouTube. I'll get back to you on either one of my platforms. You can get to me on Facebook here. You can also get to me on my Instagram, which is Dan the Nightmare. Feel free to reach out to me. Any businesses that are contributing will continue to be recognized leading up to the event on social media and at the event. My man over here is going to be helping me create a banner with the logos of everybody who is contributing.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be actually showing a little demonstration of what that's going to look like in tomorrow's post, because it's going to be too late for me to post anything beyond what I'm doing right now. But tomorrow morning, I'll make sure I get something up for you guys.
Yeah, I just want to let everybody know, I don't want you to think that I forgot about the video and everybody that sent me the pictures and everything like that. It's just that I'm so involved right now, posting and videos and everything with my thing, with the, pretty much New York Arm Wars. But that video is being made. I have about 3 or 4 different videos that I'm not happy with what I already told you, Dan. You know what I mean? So until it's really,
it'll be a work of art for you.
Yeah, I like doing that, man.
We got time. We got time to highlight it.
Work, man. So it's just like
we have time to. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. But there's a couple of things I want to close it out with before we talk about the matches. Actually, so due to the overwhelming contributions this year, because we've been doing this raffle idea for the last couple of years. But due to the overwhelming contributions this year, we decided to continue the networking spirit of helping our local community with dedicating a good portion of the proceeds from this awesome raffle towards some profound and meaningful entities throughout our area that are making a real difference in our lives on and off the tables. For me personally, I have battled addiction, and I continue to battle addiction. I am now on my second round of recovery. My first round was when I was younger. I was a teenager. I'm 4 months back, feeling as good as I've ever felt. I have no desire to use ever again, and I'm going to continue doing the work. But I wanted to highlight my first round of recovery because they did save my life the first round back in 2019. It's called Dynamite Youth Center. I call them DYC. I put their website down below, but it's a New York State nonprofit substance use disorder program dedicated to adolescents and young adults and their unique needs. For the 53 years that they've been open, they've guided thousands of young people return to society as healthy and contributing members. The past few years have been kind of difficult though, but DYC has continued to focus with endless help of their staff, parents, alumni, and board of directors and friends of Dynamite. They appreciate the continued support of the arm wrestling community and thank them for including them in our barbecue, because a certain amount of proceeds will be going to them. And they have a message for us. They say, hoping that you all come out and enjoy the fun. It's going to be an arm-twisting, wrist-turning, spectacular day.
That's nice, man. That's really nice about it. And
So they hold a very near and dear place to me, because I really did find a lot of strength through them and a different purpose through them. Giving back is something that's important to me, and that's exactly what I'm going to do with this barbecue. And this is a great platform to do it with. If you know of any adolescents that are in need of recovery, I have their website down below. This is a great program. They actually know what they're doing. They know what they're talking about. And I encourage you to check it out.
Yeah, man. Actually, I want to congratulate you, man. And it's not easy, to be in recovery. I mean, I was in recovery myself. I'm still in recovery myself. I was in deep. So I didn't have anything. I had nothing. I was sleeping on the floor of my buddy's house, and now I'd say my house right now ain't too bad. So comparison to what I was doing before and where I'm at right now, I'd like to just thank God and thank everybody else that helped me out to go through it. Especially my girl, Stephanie. She's if I wasn't for her, I don't even know where I would be. But yeah, man, I want to give you a lot of respect, for saying that, Dan, because it's not easy, number one, to say it, and number two, it's not easy to even be in the situation that we're in to keep on fighting. So I give you a lot of respects and a lot of props, man.
There's a phrase and saying in recovery that it has rang kind of true for me of late. Lost dreams reawaken.
Very true.
And, collaborating with the likes of you have really helped reawaken a lot of these lost dreams that I had previously. So
yeah, man.
I appreciate your support, and I appreciate the camaraderie and the brotherhood you've laid out in front of me, man.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Always, dude.
It's profound. Thank you.
No problem, man. Thank you, dude.
In a similar light, Athletes Are Human. That is a organization that Madison Walker, Steve Walker's daughter, talked about. I have my bracelet right here.
I was just gonna say.
You got the duck.
Yeah, I got the duck.
You got the duck. Oh, I want the duck. I never got a duck. What the duck?
So these are one of the ducks that actually, and I got my bracelet right over there too from Madison and Trace and everything else. Same thing, vice versa. You're reaching out to them, man, and same thing. I was helping them out. I'm one of their sponsors too, as well, and I promote them too as well. And even at Winter Blast, they sat with us together, promoting. Bought a bunch of their little ducks and bought a bunch of their bracelets, put them all over my stuff, to make sure everybody's seeing, what's going on.
absolutely. A little background on Madison Walker, who's remember she's Steve Walker's daughter, but she's also in her own right quite the accomplished collegiate.
Yeah.
She's a college athlete, a recent graduate in special education with a concentration in mathematics. She's partnered with NAMI Mercer, which is out of New Jersey, to raise awareness for mental health among student athletes. We aim to collect raffle baskets and gift certificates from local businesses, with the proceeds supporting their local scholarships and local graduating student athletes, as well as NAMI Mercer. So if you have any questions about Madison's endeavors with this, I have her linked down below, in the description down below. But the Walkers are saints of humans.
Honestly,
they truthfully are. Like they broke the entire factory down after they made that family. Because there's nobody else like them.
No. Honestly, I love Steve Walker, Tracy Walker, Madison, everything. I want to congratulate Madison actually for she's hit a certain amount of hits on her team. Now she's #1 hitter, on her team, so congratulations to her. She's phenomenal. And her also I want to say her manager, which is, her coach, which is her sister. So congratulate.
Right. It's the whole family affair. Like they all are amazing at the sports that they participate in. And not for nothing, I also got to say, Madison's one hell of a puller.
Yeah,
she's a hell of an arm wrestler. She's a massive competitor at the table.
Oh, yeah.
So not just amazing rock star with this in softball, but damn, she's strong at the table. Because I got in the pool with her before. She's got speed. She's got strength, coordination, and with a coach like Steve Walker,
I know, man. I was gonna say
you combine the natural talent and the brains of Steve Walker. Oh my God, she's got. I mean, she's young too, so she's gonna hit some serious lofty accomplishments down the road.
Yeah,
I look forward to seeing that and being a part of that too.
Yeah, 100%. I could definitely.
Any way I can help them out, I'm happy to do so. I'm eager to do so.
Yeah, always. Anything they need, I always reach out to them whenever they got any kind of raffles or anything going on. I'm always like, hey, how can I help? Hey, how can I help? Hey, it's always, dude, because it's just they help us out so much, man. Steve and Tracy Masson always helped us out with the events, with reffing and competing. And now she's doing the brackets with us, with Dave Shell helping us out too, both of them. So it's just one after another, man. They don't stop.
With the reffing, the man has come to my barbecue every year and has reffed, not asking for anything in return.
Dude, I don't even.
He has come up here to ref. He's like, I just like hanging out with you, Dan, and I'm like, I love hanging out with you too. Yeah. He has reffed, and he has been. He's going to be coming up to the barbecue again this year.
Nice.
To ref as well, and I believe Ray Romanowski is going to be helping him out with reffing. I'm trying to look for you guys. Oh, you know what? Oh no, wait, Ivan's going to be going to.
Yeah, he's going to be going over. Yeah,
that could be a good match, Ivan and Ray.
I want to say, a shout out to Ray Romanowski too. He helped us out last time at the Battle of the Tri-State, and again, he's helping us out at New York Armors reffing again. And just like Steve, man, he's a great guy, man. Never even questioned about anything. He's just a phenomenal guy. So
it takes a certain kind of brain to ref. I don't have it. I got to be honest with you. I could not ref. I do not envy, but I appreciate every ounce of what it takes to go into being a ref.
Yeah,
God bless each and every one of those patient. They have patience of a sake. Because I was ref, I would want to knock heads, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, you have like refs. Then you have like down refs that are okay. You don't really know, if they know what they're doing. Then you have like refs like Steve. Steve is just top-notch fucking ref, man. He really is, man.
Quality human, quality ref, quality puller.
Yep. Seriously.
The full deal.
Yeah.
And then the last benefit that we're going to have, that we're going to be contributing to is, as we mentioned it earlier, the Turtle Man Classic charity event to help Danny DeMichael, because I remember meeting him. I remember connecting with him, and I remember just being good friends with him and being friendly with him. And any way I can help Nick Stone in his endeavors, His event's happening the same day. I'm not discouraging anyone from going to support his event. In fact, I'm encouraging everyone to go support his event, and I will do the same by doing what I can while I'm hosting my own.
Yep. I say the same thing with our event too, man. Look, I would love to every single one of the pullers to come out to our event. I know Vermont's having an event on the same day, but at the same time, guys, go to the Vermont event. They're phenomenal people, phenomenal medals. I'm saying they're great. Everybody out there that came to our event that were from Vermont, phenomenal. They're great people. So anybody that's close to around there, just because we're having it at the same day, please shoot down to Vermont too. They're phenomenal people, phenomenal pullers. I love for you guys to come out at ours, obviously, but please, man, they're great people too. Next time we're going to coincide a little bit more with each other to make sure, that if it's like 2 or 3 weeks apart, so we'll make sure that everything's kind of separate. To tell you the truth, we didn't even know until like 2 days later. Then we realized we're on the same day, and I was like, "Fuck, man!" I didn't even want to do it. I was talking to Ivan and saying like, "Should we move it?" Because we were wanting to go to the Vermont one too, kind of. You know what I mean? So, it's like,
yeah, no, it's difficult with some of these dates. People pick them months and months in advance, and even like a half a year in advance. So like, I've kind of made it like a known thing. Like my summer kickoff is literally the kickoff of summer, June 1st or first weekend in June. I'm gonna always have it. This is now, but it's a practice. It's not like a tournament. So I'm not taking any money or any pullers who are looking to compete in a tournament setting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have no interest in competing with those scenarios in any way or form. It's a practice that, a couple of people are going to have some super matches. We're going to get to those in a moment.
It's a big practice, not a regular.
It's a giant practice.
Yeah.
I mean, last year we had over 100 people show up.
That's what I'm saying.
And I hope this year is going to be even more. I really look forward to seeing everyone show up and put their differences aside for the benefit of the sport. Because if you want to see the sport grow, you got to be part of the growth.
Yeah, you can't be negative against other people, just because, this is going on or that's going on. Look, if you have your differences or something happened, I get it. But in general, the sport isn't big enough right now for anybody to be separate with anybody else, man. We need to grow together. That's the only.
Everybody does change. Everyone does evolve, right?
Yep.
If you just have a conversation with them and, recognize that some people with a straightforward conversation, and not in text message, because that shit doesn't work. But in face-to-face conversation with someone, you can realize that, they may not be as bad as you seem. I know I've said things in text message and I read it, I'm like, oh shit, that came out the wrong way. It's not what I meant to say.
100%, dude. 100%. That's why honestly, I fucking hate texting, because sometimes you could say something. It's like, I didn't really mean to say that like that. Like sounds like I'm saying something, but I'm not saying like that. I'm just, you know what I mean? And it's so true. It's not what you say, it's in how you say it. It's 100%. You know what I mean? So that's why just like even when you and me spoke, I was like, Dan, let me know when you get off of work so I can talk to you. Because
absolutely.
I'd rather talk to you on the phone than texting back and forth, because sometimes I don't want people to think like it's not what I'm trying to say. So let me talk to you so you know exactly what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean?
And I appreciate that level of communication.
Yeah, dude, of course.
Because a lot gets lost in translation on text message or group messages and everything like that.
Absolutely.
But how do you get these raffles? So there's two different ways. The easiest way is buy food. You get for $10, you get unlimited food. Again, we're gonna have my buddy Jared Beckwith, who he is been my cook for the beginning from day one. He's a chef extraordinaire, barbecue master, grill master. He will toss up burgers, dogs, chicken, ribs coming in. I have Lynn, who's going to be bringing rice and beans, Puerto Rican style, a huge vat of it. And I think
I'm
we're
going
going
to
to have
talking to my fiance to see if she can do some pulled pork, the same thing that she did for our event. Because let me tell you something, man. If you get a hold of that pulled pork that she makes, holy shit, dude. It's on today. She's a phenomenal cook as it is. But when she really puts her love into it, like a cooker, forget about it.
So that's going to be that's going to be for me, right? The pulled pork is just going to be for me.
I mean, what's that?
Because I love me pulled pork, man.
Me too, man. It's delicious, dude. Yeah,
I fill up big time on that stuff.
Somebody's calling you out, Dan. I see them calling you out.
Yeah, he's a bit of a nightmare. I'm way worse in person. Yep, I'm so way worse in person.
I thought he was all right in person. I thought he was okay.
Now, also for the raffle tickets, you can get some extra ones. It's $1 for one ticket, $5 gives you 6 tickets, and $10 gives you 15 tickets.
Awesome.
So feel free to hit me up. I'm gonna have a QR code so you don't necessarily need cash on hand for it. So I have Venmo and I'll have Cash App available for people who don't have cash on hand and want to get some tickets. But tickets will be only available on premises. So show up, and they'll be available day of. So let's say if you want to Venmo your friend some money who's coming down to the barbecue,
right? Exactly.
Send them that money and set it up that way.
We're definitely coming. Just come, man. The barbecue.
Just come, show up, man.
Show up, dude. There's gonna be so much people there, so much food there, so many things to do there, dude. So many pullers. There's gonna be so.
Oh my god, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Hey. And one of the last things, it's not the number one reason why you should come, but it is definitely a fun reason to come. Right. It's gonna be our matches that we have.
Yeah, dude.
We have some people from far and wide coming through.
Huge pullers, man.
Some huge pullers. So we got Brett, so we have a lot of our local talent and local guys up and coming, brand new, different varying degrees of expertise or experiences rather in the sport. So Brett, who's been at it for about 5 years, give or take. He's taken on Adam Hernandez of Puerto Rico.
Nice.
Next up, we have Jason. What?
Is he coming from Puerto Rico?
Yeah, he's coming from. There's a couple of guys coming from Puerto Rico, actually.
Jesus, dude, this just speaks a little bit of volume, man. If you got people coming, trying to, traveling across the country to come, to this barbecue, you practice. That ain't just a practice barbecue.
I think these guys they're trying to take a mini vacation, and they surrounding it or they were planning on it already, and because.
Whatever they were planning to do, they're planning on a great day.
I'll talk about this guy in a moment, but the next matchup that I wanted to mention, and you know what? Fuck it, I'll talk about Kong. Kong came to one of last year's barbecue, and he really enjoyed it. His time so much that he's like, I need to bring everybody with me.
No shit.
So he got an invite from last year, so he said like, hey, can you set up some matches for a couple of my friends?
Yeah.
And some of these guys I met when I went down to Puerto Rico. And
oh yeah, that's right. I remember you went down to Puerto Rico to pull. That's right. Yep.
Yep. I went down with from hanging out with Manolo, and I went 2 times. The first time was to hang out with Manolo and Devin, and then the last time John Terrian and Manolo and a whole bunch of Florida guys were there.
I think Terrian's going to be at our thing too, right? Isn't he?
We'll get to that guy. So Kong's going to be here going up against an up-and-coming guy named Zeph. He's kind of fairly new in the sport, but he's got a lot of strength. He actually came to the last barbecue.
Nice.
It was his first arm wrestling event that he went to.
Cool.
And he's been training up heavily, so I'm looking forward to seeing him. And then it's going to be my left arm against this insanely monstrous pit bull of a guy named Lewis. He's a lighter guy. He's normally a 54 guy, but I told him gain some weight to make it, worth his while. I think he's probably gonna rip my left arm off, to be honest. Party arm. I have no expectations, none whatsoever. I went down to Puerto Rico and I competed with it. I was expecting my right to do much better, but my left I ended up coming home with the left-handed king of Puerto Rico.
No shit.
So I'm definitely.
But you're a right-handed puller, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a right-hand puller. The left arm is a party arm. It shows up when it wants to, and I have no gauge of that, man. I have no gauge of when it's going to show up.
You won it on a good day, so that's good.
Yeah. So hopefully June 1st will be a good day for me.
Nice.
And then the next one is going to be. Oh, hey, what's up, Dion?
Hey,
so I got to talk about him in a moment. Next one's going to be Jason Madama. He is known as the Boa. He actually joined, I think it was my second or third barbecue. No, my second barbecue. He joined the sport, and he's been training with me and training, locally. This kid's got a lot of fire in his heart and a lot of intensity. He loves working on the gym. He loves promoting the sport. Check him out on TikTok. I don't have his link below, but you'll see me share his, like, if you look down on my pages, you'll see me share. But Jason DeBoa is his nickname. He is going to be taking on one of High Five's very own, Kevin, with both arms. Which Kevin is a intense puller. He's very entertaining. I don't know if you met him before, but it's gonna be a fun match. I look forward to that match.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the headliner that I'm really excited about, I'm super excited about. We have this really rising star, Mason, bricklaying, top heavy, but soon to be full body heavy, Michael Hawks. Michael Hawks is a beast.
Yeah,
I actually had when I was during my, in the beginning of my arm wrestling career, I was heavy. I was much heavier.
yeah.
And I was actually in the same weight class as him.
No shit.
And I caught a win on him, right-handed. Probably the last win that I'll ever catch him in the tournament setting. The first and last.
How much?
But I at the time I think I was 190. I was in the 190s. And
now, do you crawl to 176, or you naturally walk around at 176?
I think 176 is my natural weight, like 65 to 176 in that range.
Gotcha.
Like 170 is probably where my comfort zone is. I actually haven't really truthfully found it, to be honest with you. Because my weight loss, I dipped all the way down to 54s, and I stayed there all last year, and I was getting banged up. That's why I'm climbing back up.
Stronger at 76?
Yeah, much stronger. And now that I learned how to arm wrestle at 54s, I'm faster and more coordinated. So we'll see how I do at the 76 class. This year will be my first year back. So
okay, so this
Vale,
you're back.
Vale is actually going to be my first time back stateside. I was in the 76s in Puerto Rico.
Well, the only thing I gotta say, good thing at 154, I don't see you with my fucking class.
Yeah, I'm done with the 54s, man.
Yeah, stay out of my class, bro.
Stay the hell away from that. Keep me away from that, man. But so Michael Hawks is taking on Canada's Savage, John Thermography.
He's a monster, bro.
He is a monster. They're going at it left-handed because he had a right-handed match with another Puerto Rican, but unfortunately we had to cancel because he's got a big match at East vs. West in Florida.
Oh, okay.
He was going to Rob, the Vitacell guy. Rob, I can't pronounce his last name. It starts with a K though.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that to my tongue. But John Thermography is a monster. But you know what? The only place he's a monster is at the table. He is one of the nicest humans that I've ever met on the freaking planet. Like his niceness rivals even Steve Walker's. Like I got the pleasure when I was down in Puerto Rico last to hang out a whole day with him. We kind of were left to our own devices. It's just kind of like, what do we do? And I said, let's take a walk. And he goes, okay. And it wasn't the best part of Puerto Rico where we were walking in, but we ended up finding this like coal style beach that was like, there was a lot of garbage, a lot of broken glass, and they couldn't be happier than anything else walking around collecting beach glass, sea glass, because his wife collects the sea glass, and it was funny. I have a short on my Instagram of him running around like a child looking for sea glass, and she's just smiling ear to ear. It was the funniest and amazing experience. Like these guys are just genuine and authentic people. One of the lessons that I learned from them, I have to share, is while negativity can be generational, we have traumas from our parents that they had their trauma, and then their parents had trauma, but so can positivity.
Yeah.
Positivity can be generational. This is up to you to break that cycle.
It's so true, though.
And that was fairly early on my, return to recovery that I heard this message from them, and I've carried it forward to today. It was powerful and profound, and I love them. So they're going to be coming down with their whole family, I think. They just had a newborn. Congratulations, John Terry and Vanessa. To the baby. The baby looks so precious. Precious new life. Oh my God, just glorious.
Yeah, I was able to. I didn't really talk to John too much. I was at Winter Blast, just went over to congratulate him. He seemed like a really nice guy. He seemed and he looked super strong. You know what I mean? And
Oh yeah,
even with the
he's a monster at the table.
yeah, man, it really seemed like he had some. He was really powerful, man, and vice versa. He seemed like a really nice guy. Just congratulate him and everything like that. But yeah, it's just. I can't wait, man, for this barbecue because I know it's going to be sick, dude. There's going to be a lot of people there. You know what I mean? And
All over the place. And I mean, I've gotten some wind that people are going to be taking some rides from Canada. Some guys, other Canadians will be coming down. I have some Floridians coming up. I have some guys lots of guys from Pennsylvania coming. I believe I even heard that somebody from Virginia might be considering coming up.
Nice.
So, I look forward to having everybody and anybody show up.
Yeah, man.
I just want to pull. I want to hang out. I will say I will not be offering any alcohol at this one because in light of being in recovery and being the benefits being for people in recovery, it's going to be pretty much a lot of food, a lot of entertainment, and that's all we need.
That's all you need.
A lot of good people.
That's all you need. A lot of good people, man. That's all you need.
A lot of good people. There's a phrase that I've learned over the years. Good time spent is time spent with good people.
Yep. Same thing with my tournament too, man. There's going to be a lot of food, New York Armwars, but regular soft drinks, water, no alcohol or anything like that is going to be there. So everybody enjoy themselves. Just great people, in general. That's all you need. That's all you need around you,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's proof because there's a lot of events that happen, of late too, which is nice to see, not in bars.
Yeah.
You don't need a bar to have an event.
Let me tell you something, man. I'm trying to honestly steer away from that. I'm trying to steer away from the bar scene. And I'll tell you why. A lot of people, they, discriminate and they bring down arm wrestling because they think it's a bar thing and it's not really a sport. It's just something you can do at the bar. And it's, look, in general, was where it started. Yes, I understand that. I get that. But in general, where everything starts is not where everything ends. You know what I mean? So if you notice, trying to break the sport into much bigger, much nicer, much more beautiful, our events are not going to be at bars. The reason being is because it's an event that's going to be more precious, more bigger to people, to eye opening to see like, wow, this is something really that I want to go to. You know what I mean? So it's just, to me, it's better, to in general have a nicer place, nicer environment, more people.
More people, they're going to be less distracted. Like they're going to see what's going on with the arm wrestling and want to focus and hone in on it.
Yeah.
They're going to see what attracted me to the sport originally was the gentleman aspect of the sport.
Yeah, and I agree with him. What are you saying, Drew? Most bars have smoking too, and I hate that very much. I agree with you, man. The last thing I want to do is breathe in somebody else's tobacco, cigarette, nicotine, everything else while I'm trying to pull or anything like that, or somebody that smells like that when they're trying. So I agree with you 100%, dude. You know what I mean?
It's definitely not a favorable scenario. Definitely not. And also with what Drew said, Manolo Poseo TV, big shout out to him. He's done a lot for the sport in Puerto Rico.
Nice, man.
He's done a lot for the sport in Latin America.
Absolutely.
He's done a lot for the sport, period. He's done a lot for me as well. So as an individual in the sport, I owe him a lot of gratitude.
Yep.
Definitely thank you for plugging him in there. Now, anybody have any questions before we wrap it up? Because I think we covered a lot of ground in the last hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I'm very excited for this event. I'm excited for the next upcoming events in general. All the New York events, all the Tristate events, the Connecticut ones, the Vermont ones. I want to see more pullers. I want to see this sport blow the hell up.
Yeah, man.
My practices that I'm hosting now, it's been a month now since I've been back in here, and we're back up to about 6 or 7 pullers
Nice.
that I had show up, and I have it all. You don't know who's going to show up. One weekend I had Paul Italia show up. One weekend I had Kevin Nelson from Game of Arms show up.
Nice.
You never know who's going to show up at this place, and I love that. That to me is the magic of the sport, and
yeah, and you never know because you can't really tell from anybody, until you really grip up with them. That's what I fucking love about this sport.
Yeah.
A lot of the times I'll grip up with somebody and they'll be like, "You don't look like you got that type of strength, my man." So it was nice to hear from a lot of the pullers.
Before I give we close out, I do want to give one more shout out to Dion Jordan. He's the gentleman that I was talking about earlier. Kid's only about 8 or 9 months in the sport, but he is an absolute monster. He caught a win on Jeff Hale.
No shit.
Yeah, this kid is good. Like he's in the one. He's like, I think he's like 187 right now, or 185. But he competes as the 198 class too. He's going to be a problem for that entire class. A lot of people are going to become very upset.
Is he right hand puller?
What's that? Right hand and left hand.
Oh, both?
I think he only got the win on the right hand.
Okay,
but that's still impressive because considering what he did to me on the right.
Even for months in too, you know what I mean? That's not,
Yeah, that talk about like a monster at the table. Like I look forward to seeing his success.
Yeah, so man. That speaks volumes, man. When you've just been in the sport, you just got in, and you know what I mean. You're going up against guys that are
19. Jeff's got 19 years experience.
Yeah, bro. This is not no punk, man. This is not somebody like me that just walked in here a month or two ago. You know what I mean? This is somebody that has literally been doing this, for half of my life. So literally, you know what I mean? Shit, man. This is so a lot of props to you, man. Props to you on it, honestly, dude.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure connecting with you. I think we should try to do this more often, man, because I had fun. Maybe not for as long. Maybe we should, button up the topic a little bit.
An hour.
maybe shorten for an hour, but and just connect on arm wrestling world stuff because that was fun. I enjoyed it.
Me too, man. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
Well, anybody in the chat have anything? Do you want a question? Oh, what we got? I think Mindaga's Terracetus has to be one of the strongest arm wrestlers. It does not look like he can possibly be that good and strong. I agree.
Yeah.
That he's actually one of the guys that at some point, I don't think it's going to happen. Maybe like 5 years from now.
Yeah.
That's my guy right there. Mindaga's Terracetus. He's my my Devin Lorette type of deal.
Yeah. Yeah, can't wait, man. But yeah, I just want to say one more thing too. New York, Poughkeepsie, Wappingers. We are in my shop at the back of the VIP lounge. We're holding up practices on Sunday. If by any chance somebody wants to come on Sundays to come and practice in the VIP lounge, in the back, I kind of showed a couple of videos and stuff where it is going to be in the back. They actually made a little bit more room in the back of the office, so there's enough room for like 2 or 3 tables.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so we can fit enough people in the back and everything else. Drinks, water, juice, soda, and everything else that you need there too as well. But yeah, man, absolutely.
And while you're at it, if you have any chance, follow him on Facebook as well as Ivan on Facebook. I believe I'll put their links in the comments, or somebody else can put their links in the comments for Facebook. And then my practices are going to be on Sunday evenings usually, and Thursday evenings as well. So feel free to follow me, check it out.
I'll shoot down to me so we can practice.
What's up?
I said I'll shoot down there one day so we can practice.
Hell yeah, man! You gotta come down. Gotta come down. It's a challenge because I got the kid. It's a challenge on a Sunday because that's how I usually spend the daytime.
Well, no, I have the store, so I have somebody that can watch the store and everything like that. So any days that you have Thursdays or whatever you do your practice, just let me know a day ahead of time. I'll shoot there because it's going to take probably an hour and change to get down there. So whatever it is, I'll get down there earlier.
Sonic, we definitely got to grip up sometime soon, man. Why don't you come up to the barbecue and grip up?
Yeah, man.
Come down
to New York Arm Wars because I know Dan's going to be there later.
Yeah, I'll do some after pull stuff with you.
Be good.
Hell yeah. Love you, Drew. Love you. I'm going to call you Delusional Drew. Oh yeah, that's right. I think Sonic just he just had a kid recently, so he's kind of landlocked.
Oh, okay. Well, congratulations on the kid, Sonic.
It was not too long ago, so he's kind of focused on that, which completely understandable. Whenever you can sneak away for a day or two, let me know.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Where's he from? Where's Sonic from?
He's either Virginia or Maryland. So I was wondering why he didn't show up to the sit downs.
Gotcha. I was gonna say if he's from Virginia or Maryland, he should have been to the sit downs.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Where are you from, Sonic? Remind me. I have a good memory to a certain degree.
Yeah, man, but it's gonna be.
He's in Virginia.
For Virginia.
Well,
Okay.
Virginia is a big state, though. So
Yeah.
you know,
It could be near Virginia or far Virginia.
I literally got to Virginia, and then 2 hours later, I got to the tournament.
I was gonna say, dude, you can literally get to Virginia and be like, all right, we're here. Or you're gonna be like, yeah, we still got another 2.5 hours left. It's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So yeah, man. We would try to set us up a match against. Okay.
See, I want to pull Damien. That's Schlosser.
Yeah.
I want to pull him. I think I can hang with Damien. But one of these days, Sonic, we'll try to get you up to us at some point, or we'll come down to you.
Yeah,
we'll
man.
Figure something out.
We'll do something, definitely.
It's been real. Have fun. Remember, train hard, recover harder.
Yeah, man. I'll see you, man.
See you later.
Later, bud.